So on today's video I want to talk to you all about Die Kunst. Yeah, I said Die Kunst. So, Die Kunst with their album Sweden, which stands out a bit like a sore thumb in the Boss Tuneage catalogue around this time. How did that all come about? Well, Die Kunst, their drummer, was Richard, who'd drummed for Mad at the Sun, the old Exeter band that obviously Ed and Dave from Annalise had been in. And so I think via Ed or Dave, Richard got in touch with me because he was doing this band, which was just, it was a lot more sort of like post-punk, almost like a performance art project. And they were looking to press their CD, basically. And so they knew that I worked at the CD plant, so they sort of inquired about that. And I think we got chatting, and I think we came up with the idea that I'd kind of pay for 10% of the pressing. And they were going to press 1,000 CDs and I'd have 100 of them and I'd market them as Boss Tuneage. So that's how it came about. And I think it's fair to say it confused, unsurprisingly, it confused quite a lot of people. You know, here was a label when, at this particular time, you know, Boss Tuneage was literally doing sort of bands that sounded like Descendants, All Big Drill Car. That was kind of our main sort of thrust and focus, and here was this thing that was just a bit different, and it got quite mixed reviews, shall we say, to be polite, because obviously within the punk scene that I was based in, this was sort of like totally left field. But I did quite like a couple of the tracks on it, but there was a lot of odd stuff as well. And looking back on it now, would I necessarily do a record by Die Kunst on Boss Tuneage in this day and age if they approached me? Probably not. I would just help them get it pressed, but I wouldn't sort of put it on the label. But I sort of set it in stone because they actually then recommended me to friends of theirs, which was another sort of like off-the-wall band called the Ken Ardley Playboys that I'll talk about on another video another day. And because they'd been Bostage 523, the Sweden album, Ken Ardley Playboys was Bostage 546, and I got this odd idea in my head that every 23rd release, CD release on the label, was going to be something a little bit left field, which we kind of carried through all the way in those Inksplat logo years. Because, you know, in all intents and purposes, Die Kunst was very, very experimental.
Nelson Mandela. What a fella. Nelson Mandela. What a fella. Nelson Mandela. What a fella.
I mean, there were a few songs in places that reminded me of things like Fugazi and The Fall. There was like a little bit of, you know, obviously some kind of influence from that kind of side of things, but it was quite strange. But yeah, so it's a bit of an oddity really, and there's not really a lot more I can kind of say about them. But yeah, it is what it is. Go and check it out. Yeah, it will probably confuse the hell out of you. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.